Hey everyone, this is Tini Norkia from the Norkia Family Philippine Adventure. We live in Philippines, Davao City. We are in a suburb of Mental, Santo Nino. We've bought a house here with a boarding house and a shop that we use for extra income for us. It's quite not bad income, really. It's boost my smaller pension, and so that is not too bad. It's quite good. Just today to talk about the refugee status, I noticed there's still not much information coming out. It's very quiet at this stage. And just wait, hold on, I want to show my daughter, Lisha, and her bunny. Lisha and her bunny got a diaper on. Say hello, people.
Hello, people.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
My baby have a diaper because she's my baby.
There goes your baby. Okay, bye-bye.
I'm gonna go down.
So I see there's no new information on this refugee status, and as I said, I've got a little bit of my doubts. I don't know it's going to work so well. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that. I want to give you some news here in the Philippines. I know South Africa has got their own news and crime and battling economical with the sanctions possibly come from the USA. There's going to be maybe some issues in South Africa. It's going to be a quite difficult time. So I hope things work out good for the people in South Africa. Just something here, what I've read in the news today is Australia. I noticed here in Australia that their domestic flights have been derouted from their normal routes due to Chinese warships unexpectedly announced live fire drills between Australia and New Zealand. So for me, I don't know how this is allowed, and they not make a big hoo-ha about this. So the Chinese warships is making very aggressive in Australia, close to the Australian coast. They say the eastern Australia coast. The 3 Chinese warships are doing live fire there. You have to divert your domestic flights. I mean, that doesn't sound very good for me. That just sounds like a threat, very serious threat. So I hope they will take this very serious, Australian government. In the same view of that, we have a lot of the Coast Guard of China and East Philippine Sea. They bully the Chinese, the Philippine Coast Guard many times now, and they're very aggressive close to the Philippines coast. And so what I've needed that many complaints has been filed against China. They just laugh it off. But I can see that the Philippines is not standing back. They said once it escalates, and they will answer fire with fire. So I think the Philippines is ready to retaliate against the Chinese warships close to fire. Also, just to mention here that I noticed that Donald Trump, President Trump, have put in lots of freeze all the military aid to most of the countries, and I noticed there's a write-up in the papers that they hope that the USA will still keep on supporting the Philippines due to the Chinese threat, because I know Donald Trump's seen China as a very massive big threat for the USA and its allies, and the Philippines is one of its very close allies. Especially here in Asia, Southeast Asia. So they hope that the military support will continue and it will not stop. I hope also that will not. Due to this Chinese threat here in Eastern Asia, I see that the defense minister of Japan visited the Philippines, and they set up an agreement that Japan will support the Philippines with any support, military support, navy support, and air support, what is very good. And I notice also that Japan, since last year, already increased more than double their military budget. So they also notice the threat of China here in Eastern Asia. So that is good that Japan is already willing and open, already agreement with the Philippine government and defense force to support the Philippines. That is quite a good thing. I know I've read that there's a write-up from some other military correspondent, and he said his experience with the Philippines military, that China will really have a big surprise if they want to take on the Philippines. The Philippine soldier is seen as a very tough, very good trained soldier, and they are prepared for any instance what can happen here, because due to in the inland and the highlands they've got the fight against the communists and the what they call it, the Islamic forces, Abu Sayyaf. So they quite good trained and very tough soldiers, the Filipino soldiers. So I've got really a lot of faith in them that they will do a good job. Just an interesting thing, they call it the OFWs. Now OFWs is an overseas Philippine worker. That is these OFWs is an overseas Filipino worker. They got a permission and they've been registered to work overseas due to so good skills in the Philippines. Most of the good skilled Filipino worked overseas in different countries, from America, Japan, Germany, all those places, very highly, because they're very intelligent people. So they work there, and they reckon that of the Filipino domestic the GDP is 8.5%. They contribute of the country's gross GDP. That's quite big money. So it's big money that the overseas Filipino works and bring in to the Philippines. Most of these is dollars, and I know the Filipinos that work in Malaysia is a ringgit, and the ringgit is one ringgit is now plus minus 12 to 13 peso. And I know the $1 is now plus minus 56, 57 peso. Yeah, that's big money that comes in for the country. But the negative side of this is what I always say is that's a father or the mother that's working overseas away from the family, and they minimum 12 months away from their families, and they only see the families once a year for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they're away, gone again to go and work. That's the only downthrow of this, that the family setup, because I believe God has set up a family for a father, a mother, and children, and each one has got a task in a family, taking care of the children, the household, and each other. So that is it's a negative thing for me, that the father or the mother is working overseas, and the family is like a broken family. And once a year they get together and then they see each other, and that is for me but it is big money, these overseas workers. That's why the government really promotes this, and they've got agreements with different countries, such as the USA. You know, plenty of the nurses in Philippines moved to the USA because they're so well trained. Engineers, I've met some very good engineers, technicians, artisans, welders, very good welders, boilermakers. Yeah, because there's not that big industry in the Philippines to keep these guys. Now they're trained well, move overseas, bring in big money, but as I said, it's a broken family. Or the father or mother is missing, and living in another country, there's lots of temptations, a lot of pitfalls that you can fall in as a married father or married mother. So that's a major big issue that I see, and sometimes I wonder if it's really worth it. It's maybe better. It's a pity there's not that big investment in industry in the Philippines, mining or smelting industry in the Philippines. It's a pity. But yeah, that is quite big, 8.5% of the gross GDP of the Philippines. It's big money that they do well bringing. That's why they take care of them very well. Well, thanks for listening. I say thanks for each one that view the video, and thanks for the guys that subscribed. I've got some extra subscribers. Appreciate it. And lots of comments. Send me more comments, and please, if you want more information of moving to the Philippines, please let me know. I can really help you with a lot of information. And take care and God bless. Bye bye.